Guys, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for having me, folks. The World Cup's coming, so I've sat here off the top of my head. My handwriting's dead, so I don't really like to see it too tough. Sat here, and have I got someone on the back? No. Made a list of players, or granted, my bias is towards young players, so it will be different from my actual post-player review of the World Cup. It will be different to the players I'm looking at. I'm actually just for, let me make a list of players that I'm going to try and look at, or players I want to see something from at the World Cup. So, yeah. Or get under the, or see them under the microscope a bit. I don't know, innit, guys. I'm pretty sure you get the point of what I'm trying to say now. But first and foremost, I'd say Valverde of Uruguay. I do believe he's owned technically by Real Madrid. Maybe if he plays well, they either keep him permanently, whoever the new manager is going to be, or he's sold on. So I'd say Valverde's one. I can't say his first name, so I didn't say it. Lucas Torreira. You guys know I love the guy. He's played for Sampdoria. There's talk going to Napoli. 22 million release clause for 21-year-old. For me, Arsenal should have got this done, but we'll see at the World Cup what he's on. Again, I don't believe just because a man's had a great World Cup or a poor World Cup, then that's the sort of player he is, because it's not. The World Cup's a month. You need to watch players for typically even over a year. Like most of these moves that happen, players have been watched for over a year to build up their characteristics and gain a proper dossier or report on the player. But Lucas Torreira would be an Arsenal player if it was me, so I'm going to be watching him. Golovkin of Russia. I don't know how Russia will fare, but he was decent against Arsenal. I'd want to see him on the world stage. Bentancur of Juventus of Uruguay as well is another one I do believe can enhance his reputation with some good performances. So there's that. Lozano, the winger of PSV, Mexican international. I'm keen to see what he's on. As am I keen to see what Keita Balde. I've been watching from afar. He's been doing good for Monaco. I want to see a number of them Senegal players try and stand up to be counted for Senegal in the same way I want to see Egypt and Nigeria. You've got to carry the African continent strongly. Pavon and Martinez of Argentina. Martinez, I've seen him at under 20 level. There's speak of going to Inter Milan. Pavon's been linked with us, so I want to see what these young players are on, essentially. I already know what this guy's on, but I do believe he's not breaded enough, and this is an opportunity to show what you're on. Amin Harit, I've seen him at under 20 level. I've seen him at Nantes. I've seen him at under 19s. Obviously, he's playing in the Bundesliga and won Rookie of the Year for Schalke. He's a player with potential, and he's probably got scope to improve a bit. He'll be there with Morocco. He could have been there with France. Well, I don't know if he would have got called up if he elected to keep representing France at international level. But yeah, either way, he'll be there, and I'm keen to see him. Sobi of Egypt, of Stoke as well. I believe he's a better player than he's got to show in the Premier League, to be honest with you. Berahino in his interview said he was messed, and ever since then I was preying him. I do believe Sobi has a good technical ability. Maybe a decent World Cup, and he stops being on the bench at Stoke or returns to the Premier League. I do think he's decent. Augustin of Sweden, the fullback, I want to see him. I've been getting good reports from people that watch him and say he's a decent left back, so I'll see what he's saying. I ain't seen him, so there's that. You guys know how much I love Pavard of France. I don't know if he'll feature. He can play centre half and right back, and there might be a chance he features, but I don't know if he'll feature for France because they've got some good defenders. But Pavard of Stuttgart is a player I've got a lot of time for. Mbulo of Switzerland, he seems to always be at these international competitions, doesn't really replicate at club form, and he's still young, so I want to see what he's on, essentially. Who else have I got? I want to see a lot of the Serbian players, Serbian national side, because they won at under 20 level, and I believe a couple of them are there. The boy that's at Liverpool in Gulic, the young man in Guric, I can't say his name. Their keeper, I've made a vid on him, I can't say his name. Rajovic, I can't say his name. Forgive me, people. I'm not trying to disrespect. And Jovic, the young forward of Benfica. I believe he's playing for a club in his homeland before Benfica. He's a Football Manager legend, and he's actually decent in real life. So I want to see what he's on. Lo Celso of PSG. You're always gonna have a hard time expressing yourself at PSG with all them stars, but I believe he's a better player than giving credit for. Guedes of Portugal enhances his reputation. Telemans, if he goes with Belgium, his players I want to be looking for. Sisto of Denmark. He's under 21 championships, European-based championships. A few years ago, he excited me, and he's gone off the boil a bit. I believe he's at Celta Vigo. He's a decent player, and hopefully he shows that. Dolberg, I must admit, of Ajax, I'm not really sold on him. I'm not really a fan of Dolberg to a degree. So I want to see what he's on. I want to see what Tar and Sane, even though I know but both of them are on. I want to see the young German players and Kimmich. I want to see them and they take responsibility for their side. I want to see Brand as well of Germany if he gets a look in. Vern, I already know all about him, but I want to see him. Niang of AC Milan once represented France and now representing Senegal. I want to see if he's improved because I remember when he played against Barcelona in the Champions League a couple of years ago. So there's him. I want to see Ruben Dias, the centre back of Portugal, if he plays. The right back of Sociedad, Oredoza, who's been linked with PSG and Madrid. I want to see what he's on. Rodrigo of Spain, I want to see what he's on. Zakaria, I want to see what he's on. So yeah, man, there's a couple players I want to see. Mainly, I'm just looking at the young players, people, to a degree. Obviously, my review of the World Cup, it doesn't matter how old or young you are. If I believe you're a good player, I'll hold them up. And there will probably be players that I don't know of or I have not included in this that catch my eye. And that's the beauty of doing these before and afters. And that's one reason I like to document and not predict things to you guys. But yeah, man, that's who I'm looking at to a degree. I don't think I've missed anyone out. I do believe there's a young Iranian international that Arsenal used to scout, but he never got called up to the squad. So we'll see in that regards, man. We'll see what the World Cup is saying. Thank you for watching, man. Guys, Deluded. Out.